Welcome back to the programming environment, and we're ready to write our third program, which you're going to be controlling the three LEDs. So one thing to note from your programming as you go along is that every time you plug the Arduino onto your computer, it will perform the last program that you wrote on the Arduino. So in this case, if you remember, this is the program that we wrote in the previous lesson, and I'm just gonna remove everything here and start afresh because we are going to be working with the three green LEDs. Okay, so remember that if you've seen the philosophy of programming, we need to tell the Arduino everything that is in our physical setup, and we do this in this void setup section over here. So now we are using three LEDs and we are using three pins. So let's tell the Arduino now. We're going to write the instruction telling it that we have three LEDs that we want to control, which are on three pins. So the first one is going to be pin in pin mode. Then we are using pin number 7. We're using pin number 7 as an output, and we put our semicolon to indicate the end of the instruction. Now we are going to go and declare pin number 8, which we are also using. So pin number 8, we're using it as an output as well because we want the Arduino to give an output signal to the LED. Then the last one that we are going to use is pin number 9. All right, so these are the three instructions telling our Arduino that there are three components that we want to control. So the whole idea of this exercise is to show you guys how we are controlling multiple components. So in the first one, we're controlling one component with our Arduino. So now we're just adding more to it. So this is what they're saying. And always make sure that what you're writing on the software matches what you have on the physical setup. Otherwise, the Arduino will be confused and your code will not be executed in the way that you want it to be executed. Okay, so now we've done our setup. We are gonna go now, and the first thing that we're gonna do is we're just gonna make the Arduino light up all the LEDs at once. And when we run our code and download it, all the LEDs are going to light up at once, indicating that the Arduino is able to control all the LEDs. And so that's the first exercise that we're going to do. So now that everything is set up and we want to go to our void loop. So just always pay attention to the syntax, and if you confused, you can just copy or type it as I'm writing. And every time, if you're not sure about your syntax, you can always click verify, and the computer will give you, the software will indicate errors saying that something wrong with that instruction. So now we know that our green LED is connected on pin number 9, then our yellow LED is connected on pin number 8, and then our red LED is connected on pin number 7. So now let us tell the Arduino to make these LEDs go on. The instruction for that is digital write, and you see it comes orange, so our software understands what we are doing. 8, sorry, we're just going to start with pin number 7, so that's going to be 7. And we want to make it a high because we want the LED to come on, and we add our semicolon. And then after that, after it turns the red LED at pin number 7, we also wanted to turn the yellow LED. Same instruction. So it's the same instruction, but then we're writing this instruction to another pin. And that's how you do that. So this digital write says that write a digital signal or send out a digital signal. But remember that the Arduino or the Arduino speaks in more broken English than us or me in this case. So this is how it understands if you're telling it to send out a high voltage, and this high voltage is the one that's going to power up your LED. So if you want to, we can put a comment here on the side saying this. We are telling the Arduino to send out a voltage signal to power LED. Okay. So how you insert the comments is that at the end of the instruction, you put a double stroke. So you see, if I remove sorry, not a double stroke, yes, a double forward slash. So if you remove the forward slash, it goes in black, and this indicates that if it's not in gray, it means that the Arduino will read this. And when it tries to read something like this, it's not in its syntax, so it will not be able to understand these words. So if you pay attention here, the words send and signal, they are in orange, meaning that the Arduino understands what send and signal mean, but the rest of your sentence, it does not understand it. Probably send and signal is used elsewhere in its syntax. We're gonna get to that like in the future. But in this case, you will not be able to understand this because it does not speak as much fluent English as humans do. So to to make sure that it does not read this, we put a double forward slash and it puts it in gray. And when it's in gray, it will not read this. So let me just make sure that my English here tops as well. So we are telling the Arduino to send out a voltage signal to power LED. All right, so this is what you can do maybe if you do not remember, if you want to make sure that you remember what you're doing in your code. Let's just put comments here as well. So this is for red LED, and moving down over here as well, we're going to add comments on that. We're going to say yellow LED. Then here we have our green LED. We say green LED. So that's how we have it. So you can always add these comments and make sure that they become gray. So the gray signals the Arduino that, okay, I'm not going to read this. This is just only for the programmer because he wants to understand the code. Okay. So here we are we are making the Arduino tell we are making the Arduino power up the yellow LED with pin number 8. So now we are going to make it turn turn the the green LED on. The green LED is located at pin number 9. So we write 9 there, comma, high, semicolon to indicate the end of the instruction. Okay, so going over the code again before we verify it, make sure that it also makes sense to you as well. So I always read and follow the script and see if it will make sense to the Arduino. So the Arduino starts over here at void setup. Between these two brackets here, if you click on one of the brackets, it indicates where it indicates its match. So now it comes in your void setup. Okay, I'm gonna set something up physically. I mean, set something that is physical on the, I mean that's present on the physical setup, and it only does the setup once. So you have your pin mode saying that, okay, one of the pins that we have, which is pin number 7, I want it to be an output, meaning that it sends out signals to other components on the physical setup. And then we have pin mode 8, which is also an output, sends out signal two physical components on the setup. Then we have pin mode 9, which also sends out an output to something on the physical setup. In this case, you have your green LED, yellow LED, and red LED. Okay, so it understands that. Then it moves on to void loop. So it knows that, okay, in this case, there's no condition of the loop, and I'm just going to be in this constant cycle. I'm going to read every instruction that is between these two brackets over here. And when I'm done reading the instruction, instead of stopping, I'm going to go to the top again and read. And what is it reading? In this case, it says digital write, or what am I writing to, or which pin am I sending the signal? And we're telling it in this case that we're sending out the signal with pin number 7, and we want it to be a high voltage, meaning that we're sending power to some component, and our component is with pin number 7, it's the red LED. With pin number 8, it's the yellow LED. Pin number 9 is the green LED. So based on our programming knowledge, it makes sense. Then now what we're going to do is we're going to verify our script or code. Will this is the moment of truth where you test, will the Arduino understand the script that I've written? So we verify that. Okay, and you see over here it is done compiling. Done compiling means that it is finished our verification. And if it was not happy with this, it was going to show us an error. So let me just induce or maybe simulate an error in this case. Say if you forget to put the // and when you are trying to make a comment, this is how it's gonna show. You're gonna click verify, and then it even shows you where the problem is in this red line over here. And now if you go to the bottom, it says that exit status 1 we was not declared in the scope. This means that the word, this sentence, or the first word in this sentence. So it tried to read the sentence that you wrote, and then the moment it tried to read that, it just couldn't understand what was going on, and it stopped immediately, saying that, hey, I don't understand what this word means. Like, you've never declared it to me. I just don't know what it means. So I'm never going to be able to do anything in the script. Computers are dumb like that. The moment they see a problem with just a tiny little problem, even though it understands the rest, it will not bother going or executing your code. So this will cause your robot to crash or anything that you're designing to crash. So now let's just put back our our comments. So we made now a // this line became grayed out, and it's now a comment. When we verify, it's going to be happy with that, and you see done compiling, and we're good to go.
Okay, now so I'm just gonna go and click upload, and then I'm gonna switch to the to my physical setup. And as I'm uploading, you must just observe the the orange LEDs telling you that the program is being downloaded to your Arduino. So I click upload, and then the orange LEDs will come up saying that it's, and voila, how cool is that? So these are all the LEDs coming on at the same time. As you can see, that's it's a bit lit, and there they are. We have your green, your yellow, and your red. Okay, so this is the first lesson of learning how to use multiple components with your Arduino. So in the next lesson, we're going to make these LEDs come on at different times, just like how a traffic light system works. Okay, cool. I hope you enjoyed this one, and see you in the next lesson.